Hello everyone, this is Ambarish and you are watching EduSharp. Today I have a question to ask. Do you know that not only money can be stolen, but ideas and stories are also stolen? What happens when the ideas and stories are stolen? It is called plagiarism. When the stealing is caught, you are punished as per the law of the land. Similarly, when the plagiarism is caught, you can be punished as per the rules of the academic integrity of university. The punishment can be failed grade, lower grade, or you can be asked to leave the university as well. Let me tell you a real incident. Doris Goodwin. She is a historian and she won a Pulitzer Prize in 1995. She wrote a book named The Fitzgerald and the Kennedys in 1987. Later on, it was identified that she has plagiarized in her book, and because of this detection of plagiarism, she had to suffer a huge loss of reputation as well as money. During that time, she was working in a TV show and she was a member of the board of Pulitzer as well. Now she had to leave both the places because of this plagiarism detection. Now you understand the seriousness of plagiarism. In this video today we will be talking about plagiarism only. We will be talking about what is plagiarism and what are the different types of plagiarism, how you can avoid this plagiarism, and during the end of the video we will be also talking about the different softwares available with the help of which we can identify the plagiarism in our paper. So let's understand this. So first of all, what is plagiarism? According to University of Oxford, plagiarism is presenting someone else's ideas as your own, with or without the consent of that person. This definition applies for all published or unpublished material, whether in printed or in electronic form. Plagiarism can be intentional or unintentional, but when it is caught, it can affect you adversely. In simple words, plagiarism is an act of fraud. It is just like stealing someone else's work and then lying about it. Let's understand how plagiarism looks like with the help of some examples. So guys, here I have taken an example of plagiarism. This is an article written on Who Gives a Crap. It's basically a marketing strategy article, and this is a paper that has been checked for plagiarism using Turnitin. So this paper is basically the result of Turnitin, and you can see that in this paper there are lines which are highlighted. This is just a table of contents. So let's go to the main paper. Here you can see that introduction, and all the introduction lines are entire paragraphs are highlighted by the plagiarism checker, which is Turnitin. This entire paragraph of price and then some lines of place as well, this is highlighted. Promotion, again it is highlighted. So all these highlighted sentences are considered as plagiarism. Again this SWOT analysis is highlighted. So it means the Turnitin is considering this particular section as plagiarism. Now let us go in the end of the paper and see what is the plagiarism percentage. See, references are also given, but still it is considered as plagiarism. So if we go in the end and we see that the similarity index is 59%, it means the 59% of the paper is plagiarized. And see, here it is called as originality report. So it says that 59% is not original, remaining your 41% is original. So it is also saying that 4% is from internet sources, 0% publication, 58% student paper. So this is the different segregation of the sources from where the paper has been written. So the red color represents that the paper is submitted to King's Own University, and from the same student paper this article has been copied. So if you see the red color, it shows that all these lines are taken from the student paper which is already submitted to the institute named as King's Own Institute. And you can also see that in-text citations are also given, but still it is considered as plagiarism. Why? We will discuss it later on in the video, but you can see that this is how the plagiarism looks like. Similarly, we have another example. This article is again checked with the help of Turnitin, and now you can see that here there is no plagiarism. And if you go down, see, now again you are seeing that there are some parts which are highlighted again, but there are different colors. So different colors have different meanings, means these are representing different sources. Okay, so this is how plagiarism looks like. But if you see the pattern in the first paper, the pattern is different. It looks like the entire sentences or entire paragraph is copied from one source. Okay, but here the pattern is different. Few lines are taken from some different sources. So this is called different types of plagiarism. Again, this will also be discussed in the video later on, but you can see that this is how the plagiarism looks like. Here you see 49% similarity index. So this paper also has 49% similarity index, and this 49% is taken from this university. Again, if you look, there are different sources. From 6 sources the plagiarism is coming. Okay, but in the first paper the majority was coming from one source only, which was King's Own Institute. See, the majority is coming from this paper, King's Own Institute, and then 1% and less than 1% from some other sources, but majority is from this particular source. So this is called a different type of plagiarism, which you can say that direct plagiarism. And here, since plagiarism is coming from different sources, you can call it a patchwork plagiarism. What is direct plagiarism, what is patchwork plagiarism, we will discuss it later on in the video, but this is how plagiarism looks like. Now, since you have understood the seriousness of plagiarism, let us go deeper into it and understand what are the different types of plagiarism. Type 1, direct plagiarism. Direct plagiarism, when you are putting someone else's work in your own paper word by word as it is. It means you are just copying and pasting somebody else's work without giving credit to that original author. Also, you are not using any quotation marks. So when something directly taken from somebody else's work without quotation marks and without giving any credit to that author, it is called direct plagiarism. It can be in 2 or 3 sentences or in a complete paragraph. Type 2, patchwork plagiarism. Patchwork plagiarism can be understood by its name. When you are taking different information from different sources and putting it into one paper without giving proper acknowledgement to the original authors, then it is called patchwork plagiarism. Means in different parts of your paper you have plagiarized from different sources. Patchwork plagiarism is also known as mosaic plagiarism. Type 3, accidental plagiarism. This one is interesting. Accidental plagiarism is when you plagiarize your work unintentionally by a mistake. It happens when you paraphrased some information from some other sources, but you forgot to cite the original author. Or maybe you have provided the name of the author, but you have provided this citation in an incorrect manner. So you must know that even if you have paraphrased somebody else's information in your own words, still you need to provide in-text citations, that too in a correct manner. Without proper in-text citation, it can be considered as plagiarism. Although it's accidental plagiarism, it's not intentional, but whether it's intentional or unintentional, if it is caught, it will impact you in a negative manner. Type 4, paraphrasing plagiarism. There is a common mistake that normally all the students do. They try to paraphrase few words or some sentences of the original paper and write it in their own words. It is just like finding and replacing the words so that it will not be caught in plagiarism and the meaning of the sentence remains the same. The students normally think that it will not be caught by the plagiarism checker, but this doesn't happen like this. Therefore, you should not try to change the words or sentences of the given information, and you should not try to paraphrase this information sentence by sentence. Rather, you should take the idea from that particular original source and then write that complete information in your own words. Do not try to change any information sentence by sentence or word by word. It will be considered as paraphrasing plagiarism. Type 5, self-plagiarism. Self-plagiarism is when you steal your own information. Yes, it is done. See, when you write something in your paper which was already written by you and submitted in the past, then it is called self-plagiarism. If you're taking something from your own paper as it is, which you have submitted during the last semester or maybe during the last year. In simple words, you are writing the same things twice. Let's assume that you wrote a paper on Russia-Ukraine conflict 2 months back. Further, you were given a new topic about how war impacts the overall economy of the world. Now here in this paper, you took few paragraphs from your essay which you wrote on Russia-Ukraine conflict, because that was also a war and you must have written something about the economic impact of this war. So you took few paragraphs from this essay and wrote it in the new paper. This is called self-plagiarism. This is not done. You are stealing your own information, because the previous paper that you wrote, it is submitted, and when you will write the same thing again, it will be considered as plagiarism. Type 6. Total or global plagiarism. Total plagiarism or global plagiarism means when you do nothing except changing the name of the student on the cover page and submit it. Your seniors did some projects, you asked them for some help, they gave you their own paper for help. Now you change the name of the student or author on the cover page and submitted it. This is total plagiarism, global plagiarism. It is a crime and unpardonable. So guys, this was about the types of plagiarism. We discussed 6 types: direct plagiarism, patchwork plagiarism, accidental plagiarism, paraphrasing plagiarism, self-plagiarism, and total or global plagiarism. Now since we have understood what are the different types of plagiarism and what are the consequences of being caught, it is very important to understand how to avoid plagiarism. See, if the plagiarism is intentional, it means you do not want to avoid it. You are trying to be a smart student. You think that you will not be caught. You will be able to escape yourself from the punishment. All the best. Go ahead. But if plagiarism is unintentional, we discussed about accidental plagiarism, which was unintentional. So if it is unintentional, you can certainly avoid it with the help of few methods. There are 3 important methods that can help you in avoiding unintentional plagiarism. Method number 1, paraphrase perfectly. See, you should not try to change the information word by word or sentence by sentence. You should try to understand the idea presented in that piece of paper and then write each and every sentence completely in your own words. Most importantly, do not look for synonyms or do not use any kind of paraphrasing tools. These kind of techniques will not be able to save you from being caught, and secondly, it destroys the entire quality of the paper. And when the paraphrasing is done, when you have taken the idea and written completely in your own words, do not miss to cite that particular source in a correct manner. Method number 2, quoting. See, while writing academic papers, you will find that at times there are certain definitions, rules, regulations which you are not able to paraphrase, or you are not able to think how this information or definition can be presented in another way. In such situations, you can write the definitions or the sentences as it is, but in quotation marks. For using the quotation marks, you should know the citation style which is asked in that paper. You should have a deep understanding of the citation style asked by the lecturer. I have already discussed about APA citation style in one of my videos. You can go ahead and watch that video for understanding APA referencing style. Method number 3, always keep a track of your sources. At times, it becomes really difficult to cite the sources correctly when you are writing a lengthy paper. When you are writing a dissertation or a report which is of many pages, let's say of 100 pages or 150 pages, here you are taking information from different sources and you may miss noting down some references, or maybe you will cite them but in an incorrect manner. Maybe you have taken information from some other source, but you have cited some another source in that particular information. So it will be considered as incorrect referencing, and it can be also considered as plagiarism. Therefore, you should always keep a track of your sources, from where you have taken the information and where you are writing it in your own paper. There are many softwares available which help you in tracking and keeping the track of your sources. One very useful tool is your referencing tool in Microsoft Word only. The best way to avoid this kind of mistake is to do the in-text citations along with writing. Microsoft Office Word is a very useful tool in doing referencing in this manner. If you want me to make a video on how to use referencing tool in Microsoft Office Word, please let me know on the comment section. I will do it. So guys, these were the 3 methods with the help of which you can avoid unintentional plagiarism. Paraphrase perfectly and do not miss to cite. If you are not able to paraphrase, you can put that information directly but in quotation marks and put the citation correctly as per the citation style asked in that paper. And third, keep a track of your sources. Now, in the final part of the video, we shall be talking about the different softwares, plagiarism detectors available with the help of which you can identify whether there is a plagiarism in your paper or not, and with the help of which you can rewrite your paper so that you can avoid plagiarism. There are many plagiarism checking softwares available. Some of them are paid and some of them are free. You must note that if you are using a free plagiarism checker, it is very risky. They may save your paper in their own database, and when you will submit your paper finally in your university or college, it may come as 100% plagiarism. So it's way too risky. I would recommend you not to use any free software available online for checking your plagiarism. If your paper is too important, if your paper is for final grades, do not use free plagiarism checkers. Some of the most trusted and used plagiarism checking softwares are Scribr, Qtext, Grammarly, Unicheck, PlagScan, Pre-Post SEO, Plagiarism Detector, Viper, Compilatio, and ProWriting Aid. These softwares that I named are not completely free. They may allow you to check some papers or maybe few words for free, but after that they will ask you for payment. But obviously, if you want to get better accuracy and if you do not want to take risk, you will have to pay something. Let's say you are writing your final thesis or your final dissertation on the basis of which you are going to get your final degree. In that case, I would recommend you to use paid softwares only, and the most trusted and used software is Turnitin or SafeAssign. Turnitin and SafeAssign are costly, but their accuracy is far better than the softwares that I listed previously. So guys, this was all about plagiarism. I hope you liked the video. If you learned something new today, please hit the like button and do not miss to subscribe the channel. If you have any suggestions or feedback, please mention on the comment section. Also, if you have any idea about the topic on which you want me to make a video, please mention that as well. We shall again meet in the next video. Till then, keep reading, keep writing. Thank you so much for watching.